Okay, I'm back. My new, let me get this out of the way. My new fuel pump assembly came in. It's the AC Delco brand. It's what I found. I got it from partsgeek.com is where I got it. And now I'm gonna wire in the Racetronix. So after reading everything, this is that 8-pin connector, and these top middle two right here in the middle, these top two, I'm gonna de-pin them so they'll slide out back here. You got to take this retaining clip off, the secure clip, I don't know what they call it, but it's these two middle ones I'm going to remove, and then I'm going to slide in this gray and black one into these two the same way they came out. So the gray one on the Racetronix is going to go where the gray one is on the factory harness, and the black one from the Racetronix harness is going to go onto this other where this black one was. And then these two are going to be plugged into this adapter that came with the kit. It looks like on there, so it'll be up here. So the black one is going to go into the A slot, and then the gray wire is going to go into the C slot, which is at the bottom here. So black, then gray, and then there's a retaining clip that goes on here, and then that will in return plug into here, this harness right here, right there. I'll show you guys once I get that far, but I kind of wanted to go through it, get everything wired up, and then I'll be back shortly just to give you a little update on how far I am, and hopefully everything works out. So see you in a minute. Okay, so de-pinned the factory one, wired it into this new connector that goes into the harness. So this is the power wire, I'm assuming, that comes in, and it goes all the way through here, and it powers the fuel pump. Obviously there's a trigger switch that comes off of this and goes back into here to trigger the relay to send power to this. So yeah, the black and gray wire from the Racetronix comes up and goes into those two spots like I said before, and you just slide them in. Put this retaining clip on the black one, slide it in. You put the gray one on this side to hold these two wires in, and that's it. So next I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna put the fuel pump in the tank, get it secured, run the wires, get everything reconnected, and then run the Racetronix wire up underneath the car, route it. They sent me some zip ties, but these seem little. I have bigger ones that I think will hold a lot better. I taped some of this down because obviously some of these wires are coming out. So I taped the wire loom up a little bit better. I'll try and zip tie this a little bit better. It's a little wonky. I don't know why, but I just wanted to make sure that these wires were en route to where they needed to go, and then the factory wires came back and connected into the harness. So yep, little update. I'll give you another one once I get it in and get most of it wired up. So fingers crossed I'll get it done. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so we're back. Just giving you a little update. New fuel pump assemblies in. The harnesses ran down. I gotta make sure these connectors are all on correctly. These ones are broken, so I run a zip tie through each of them to keep them secured. This was a pain. It was a pain in the butt to get in there. But let me go underneath real quick and show you guys. Oh. So, it's kind of a rat's nest, but I zip tied everything together. So, harness is coming down. Everything's plugged back into the bulkhead, which is right here. Um, on the instructions, you're supposed to use this bolt here. That relay is gigantic. That relay right there. So what I ended up doing was scratching the frame right here, cleaning it off, getting down to bare metal, put some dielectric grease. Well, I tapped it. I drilled and tapped it. Put some dielectric grease, and then mounted the ground and the relay right here up on this frame. This should be good. If not, I'll have to find a new location. But yeah, zip tied all that together. Then ran the line behind the fuel lines, kind of tucked underneath here. Went up there, put in a new fuel filter, and then kind of just running the line, you know, along with the fuel rail all the way up to the front. I'm gonna stop for tonight. I'm hungry. I'm tired. So I made a lot of headway. So I was gonna lower the car down because I'm done underneath here in the back at least, and then I'm gonna go and raise the front end tomorrow so I could finish running the rest of the wiring harness all the way up to the alternator. So yeah, just want to give you guys an update. Hopefully tomorrow evening I'll have this running. Just a heads up, I went to AutoZone and this is the fuel filter I got. And it's in, it went in fine, but I wanted to remove it. And once it snapped in, it was not budging out. So I don't know if you guys want to use a different one. Don't use the Duralast, use a different brand. You can go to Advanced Auto, O'Reilly's. Maybe they'll have, one that's you can easily remove in and out, because this is the one my dad and brother put in a while back. And like I said, it threaded in on this side fine. And I took a pair of pliers, squeezed these, a little plastic retaining clip, and it slid out from the fuel line. But that new one I got, it's wedged in there now, so it'll be in there for a while until I decide to, go from the very top of the tank up here where the main fuel lines are. And I know there's a few companies that sell adapters that can adapt in on these fuel lines. Or, there's other people out there that sell a full aftermarket assembly with dual fuel pumps. And, I might go that route later, since I want to do a bigger engine and possibly run nitrous is the only power adder I want to do on this car. So, yep, just want to give you an update. There's the box the fuel pump assembly came in, which I think I showed you guys that already. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead, lower the car, go inside, get something to eat, shower, go to bed, go to work, come back tomorrow, and hopefully get this done. Hopefully I wired everything up correctly. I'm not going to close everything up. I'm going to leave the hatch open, make sure that the harness is powering the fuel pump and everything's working together. And then I'll do a startup. So thanks for tuning in, guys. If you have any questions, just, leave them in the comments below. I might be able to help you, I might not. I'm not all knowing. I just know what I know. Everything is easily accessible on the internet nowadays and on YouTube. So, majority of the time, most of your questions can be answered by the internet or on YouTube, like I said. So, but hopefully for some of you 98 F body guys, this helps you with, if you want to run a Racetronix, Hotwire kit, it wasn't entirely bad swapping, depinning and swapping the wires over to the Racetronics and then putting the factory wires on the sending unit, tapping those in to the harness. Like I said, Racetronics did a really good job at printing everything out. I mean, I just went through and, you kind of just read it. If you go through, read the instructions, it's going to help you in the long run. I used to be the guy where I didn't read the instructions and I was just like, oh, I'll figure it out as I go. No, I'm not a wiring expert and I want to learn. So that's why I'm just taking my time, reading, learning, so follow the instructions and it'll save you a lot of headache in the long run. So if you want the information on the harness and stuff, I'll put all the parts in the description in the video. And, I'll see you guys on the next video. And, I'll do a fire up, hopefully. And, we'll see. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Welcome back. So, last time I left off, I got the fuel filter in and got the wiring harness ran up to right here in the front of the car. Once you get close to your headers, you kind of want to hug up against your fuel lines, and there's a heat shield down there. You want to kind of tuck your wires up in, but you can see how there's the wire back there. Hopefully you can see it on camera. I want to get a better GoPro later on. But yeah, I ran it up behind here, up, zip tied it there, I'll cut that later. Ran it right here, down, right here, just up and over, because there was a lot of extra length on it. So I just kind of ran it how I ran it right here behind the brake line. Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart, but where the brake lines come to, then down and behind the alternator. Let me go down there now. So right there, up behind to the alternator. I had to take my alternator off because I don't know if it's from the factory, because this ain't the factory one. My dad said he replaced this years ago whenever him and my brother owned the car. So I had to take that bolt off. And then there's another one right there. And then I ended up taking the bracket off because it takes this idler pulley off. That way I can pull the alternator out and slide it down.
But that way I can spin that stud and get it up high enough to where I could get a wrench on the back of the stud and then get another wrench on the nut itself to break it loose to get it off. So yeah. And then while I was down here, I knew my car had a rough start, and this was not like this when I put it back together the first time. So, as you can see, I did not do a good job making sure these wires were secure. So, I have to replace the O2 sensor and then replace this connector wherever it goes to. I'm about to figure that out right now. But, yeah, ran the wires there. They come up by the shifter cable behind this heat shield here. And then you go up. Just go up, snake it through. You probably can't even see it through here. But snake it through up to the top. And just run it the way I routed it. And like I said, all you do is put it to the back of the alternator here. Tighten it down. Put everything back together. And, you know, it sounded good. It started. So let me get back up to the top. So I can show you guys. If I sound weird, it's because I just got over COVID for the third time. But that's okay. There's my keys. So at least I know I did something right. Oh yeah. Sounds healthy, strong. So at least I know I'm not an idiot and I did it right. So follow the instructions, guys, and it's not that bad. Promise you it's not that bad. It just takes some time. Some of you guys out there probably have a lift, which will make this 100 times easier for you. Where for me, being 6'4", 300 plus pounds, getting up and underneath the car 10 times is, you know, it gets tiring. But I've been doing it for a while now, so I'm used to it. So yeah, that's the conclusion of this little, I guess, series on the Racetronix plug and play fuel pump wiring harness. Hopefully you can see the part number there. You know, and this allows for you to go to a larger single fuel pump in the future, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I don't plan on doing boost or anything like that on this engine. I just want it to be a pretty nasty NA setup just to have fun with. The Trailblazer is going to be the big boosted vehicle because it's a lot, obviously it's a bigger, heavier Chevy. So yep, hopefully this video helps some of you guys out there with a 98 Pontiac Trans Am. Hopefully I kind of did a decent job on the video. If not, hey, I'm not a professional at this. I'm just doing this because this is a little bit of a hobby slash passion for me. I enjoy this. And hopefully I can continue to make videos in the future. You know, obviously I'm trying to with this is the next big project. So all that's left is I got to fix that O2 sensor harness, and then the car should be okay for now until I get the Trailblazer done. And then I'll go into, once this is running and I can drive this will get put over here. I'll drop the engine, refresh that, all new seals, stuff like that. Or by that time, maybe I'll have some money saved up to where I can either go to a 6-liter or a 6.2 We'll see though. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it gave you some good information. For you, like I said, specifically 1998 Pontiac Trans Am Firebird owners. That's what this kit was specifically for. It's not the same for the 99 and up or the 97 and lower. I'm pretty sure it's not the same. I may have said that in the first video, but no, this is for the 1998 cars only. So, yep, thanks for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. That way I can do better on my other videos. But thanks, guys. We'll see you later.